On a bitter Chicago night in January, Tyler Mitchell wiped down the last table at Rosewood Diner, watching snow drift against the windows of the Southside establishment where he had worked for 5 years. The diner sat in Pilsen, surrounded by murals and the scent of tamales from neighboring restaurants. Tyler was 34, lean from long shifts, with kind eyes that had learned to hide exhaustion. His wedding ring had been replaced by a simple silver band 3 years ago when David lost his battle with lymphoma. Now it was just Tyler and 7-year-old Emma, navigating life in their cramped 2-bedroom apartment 6 blocks away. The late shift meant being home after Emma fell asleep, but it also meant tips from the night crowd, truckers stopping before heading to the expressway, factory workers from the nearby plants, college kids from UIC stretching coffee for hours while studying. Tyler knew them all by name, remembered their orders, asked about their families. Maria, the night cook, often said he was too good for this place. But Tyler understood something about dignity and honest work that David had taught him before the cancer took everything else. Tonight felt different. Around 9:30, a woman entered who clearly did not belong. She wore a charcoal coat that probably cost more than Tyler's monthly rent. Her silver hair perfectly styled despite the snowstorm. Everything about her screamed North Shore money, yet she chose a corner booth and ordered simply coffee and apple pie. Victoria Sterling. Tyler recognized her from the business section of the Tribune, CEO of Sterling Industries, worth hundreds of millions, the kind of person who moved through boardrooms like she owned them. For over an hour, she sat watching, not reading, not checking her phone, just observing. Tyler felt her gaze follow him as he refilled Joe's coffee for the 3rd time, as he quietly comped Sarah's meal when the nursing student came up short on cash, as he answered Emma's goodnight call with gentle patience, even though the dinner rush was brutal. Every interaction seemed to pass some test Tyler didn't know he was taking. When Victoria finally approached the register, Tyler's hands were steady despite his racing heart. The total came to $8.50. She handed him a platinum card without a word, signed the receipt with practiced efficiency, then walked into the storm leaving 0 tip and something far more valuable underneath her plate. An envelope with precise handwriting read, "For the server who remembers everyone's name." Inside, crisp letterhead bore the Sterling Industries logo and a message that would change everything. "I need to see you, Gamba. This is not charity. This is a proposal. Come to Sterling Industries tomorrow at 10 in the morning. Ask for Victoria Sterling." Don't ignore this. The business card was heavy stock, embossed lettering that spoke of power Tyler had never imagined touching his life. His first thought was scam. His second was that rich people did not leave notes for servers. But something about the way she had watched him, cataloging every gesture of kindness, suggested this was real. Tyler slipped the note into his apron and finished his shift in a daze, the weight of possibility and fear settling in his chest like a prayer he was afraid to voice. If you believe in the power of unexpected kindness and want to hear more inspiring stories, subscribe to Heart Stories for tales that remind us love always finds a way. Tyler's phone buzzed as he unlocked his apartment at 2:30 in the morning. An email from Emma's school made his stomach drop. The subject line read, "Important update on tuition rates." The message was clinical in its devastating efficiency. Effective next semester, tuition for Emma's private elementary would increase from $1,200 to $2,500. Enhanced learning programs, smaller class sizes, upgraded technology, all wonderful improvements Tyler could not afford. His bank account held $347. His credit cards were maxed from David's medical bills that insurance had refused to cover. Emma could not transfer schools. She had friends there, teachers who knew about her daddy's death, a counselor who helped her through the worst days of grief. It was the only stable thing in her life besides Tyler himself. The Sterling Industries Tower rose 43 stories above the loop, all glass and steel that reflected clouds like mirrors. Tyler wore his only suit, the navy one from his wedding 7 years ago, now tight in the shoulders and short in the legs. The marble lobby smelled of expensive cologne and fresh flowers. The receptionist's smile was professional ice until Tyler mentioned Victoria's name. Suddenly, he was on an executive elevator watching the city shrink beneath him. Victoria's office could have housed Tyler's entire apartment twice over. Windows stretched floor to ceiling, overlooking Grant Park and the lake beyond. She stood behind a desk that cost more than Tyler made in 6 months, wearing a different sharp suit, her silver hair pulled back severely. She poured coffee from an expensive machine, handed Tyler a cup, and sat across from him with the calm authority of someone accustomed to changing lives with a signature. The tip was a test. She began without preamble. I needed to see how you would react to being overlooked, dismissed, treated as invisible. Tyler's anger flared hot and immediate. You tested me like some kind of experiment. Yes, she said without apology. And you passed. You didn't curse me, didn't complain to your coworkers, didn't even frown. You thanked me and wished me a good night. Tyler stood abruptly, the chair scraping marble. I don't know what kind of game this is, but I'm not interested. It's not a game. Victoria's voice remained level. Sit down, please. I need someone who treats people with dignity regardless of their status. I've been looking for months. I watched you for an hour in that diner. The way you handled the drunk truck driver, the college girl who couldn't pay, the phone call with your daughter. You were kind when no one was watching. That's rare. So you insult me to prove a point. I test you to make sure you are real. She walked around the desk, closing the distance between them. I'm offering you a room. Community outreach manager for a project I'm launching. $75,000 a year, full benefits, and a scholarship for your daughter at one of the best private schools in the state. The number hit Tyler like a physical blow. $75,000. He made 23 working 60-hour weeks. What do you want from me? His voice came out smaller than intended. I'm just a server. I don't have a degree in community outreach. I don't have connections. What could I possibly do for you? You've been there. Victoria returned to her desk and picked up a folder. You know what it's like to work multiple jobs and still come up short? To smile at people who don't see you, to make choices no one should have to make. I need someone who won't treat struggling families like charity cases, someone who will see them as people. The folder contained documents, spreadsheets, photographs. The header read Rainbow Bridge Initiative, a comprehensive program for LGBTQ families and single parents facing hardship, job training, placement assistance, childcare support, educational grants. The budget was staggering, running into millions. You want me to run this? I want you to help build it, to make sure it actually helps people instead of just making me feel good about my wealth. Tyler closed the folder, his hands shaking slightly. This is too much. There has to be a catch. The catch is that you'll work harder than you've ever worked, that you'll carry the weight of knowing that families are depending on you, that you'll have to make decisions that affect real lives. She met his eyes directly. If that sounds easy, then you're not the right person. Tyler wanted to say yes immediately. God, how he wanted to. Emma's school bill, the overdue electric notice, the car that needed new brakes. $75,000 would change everything, but nothing was free, especially not from people like Victoria Sterling. I need to think about it, he managed. Victoria nodded calmly. 3 days, you have my number. He left the folder on her desk and walked out, his hands trembling until he reached the street. That night at the diner, Tyler told Marcus about the meeting. They stood in the steamy kitchen during the dinner rush, Marcus scraping the grill with angry motions. Rich people don't give, Tyler. They buy. What do you think she wants to buy from you? I don't know, and that's what scares me. Jenny, one of the other servers, pushed through the doors with dirty plates. I heard about Sterling. My cousin worked for one of her companies. She's ruthless in business, fires people without blinking. You sure you want to get involved with someone like that after his shift? Tyler walked Emma home from Mrs. Rodriguez's apartment next door. The older woman waved away his thanks like always. Lily was tired, rubbing her eyes as they trudged through slush. Can we stop at the store? Daddy, I need pencils for school. They went to the 24-hour grocery on 18th Street. Emma picked the cheapest pack of pencils, already trained not to ask for the fancy ones. On their way to register, they passed the book section. Emma stopped, eyes catching on a colorful cover. A kid's science book about planets in the human body. $15. Daddy, can I? She stopped herself, looking up at him. Never mind, I can get it from the library. He stared at the book, at his daughter's face, at how she had learned not to want things. Next time, sweetie, his voice came out rough. It's okay, Daddy. I can borrow from the library. She said it with such easy acceptance that it broke something inside of him. That same night, someone at Sterling Industries leaked to the press. A local news website ran the story by morning. Billionaire Sterling plucks server from diner for high-paying position. What's the real story? The article was full of speculation. Questions about why a successful CEO would hire someone with no experience. Implications about their relationship that stopped just short of being actionable. By afternoon, everyone at the diner knew. Marcus wouldn't look at him. Jenny kept giving him pitying glances. Even Bob, the owner, pulled him aside. Tyler, I don't know what's going on with you and that woman, but be careful. People are talking. There's nothing going on. It's just a job. Bob clapped his shoulder. I believe you, son, but the world isn't kind to people who rise too fast. The worst part came that evening. Emma's teacher called. Some kids at school had heard their parents talking, were teasing Emma, calling her dad a gold digger, saying he was after Victoria's money. Emma didn't understand the words, but she understood the tone. She came home crying, asking if Daddy had done something bad. Tyler held her in his lap, wiping her tears, feeling rage and shame twist inside him. No, baby, Daddy didn't do anything wrong. Then why are they being mean? Because people don't always understand. But it's going to be okay. After Emma fell asleep, Tyler called Victoria. His voice was tight when she answered. I can't do this. I can't let my daughter suffer because of me. Tyler, listen, the money isn't worth her dignity. I'm sorry, I can't. He hung up before she could respond, sitting in the dark apartment, wondering if he had just saved his daughter or failed her completely. The knock on his door came the next morning. Victoria stood in the hallway of his building, looking completely out of place in her expensive coat among the peeling paint and broken tiles. Can I come in? He let her in because he didn't know what else to do. Emma was eating cereal at their small table, still in pajamas. She looked up, surprised. Who's that? Daddy, this is Miss Sterling, Tyler said carefully. Victoria crouched beside Emma's chair, bringing herself to the child's eye level. Hi, Emma. I brought you something. She pulled a book from her bag, the science book from the store. Emma's eyes widened. How did you know your dad mentioned you liked science? Victoria said softly. I thought you might enjoy this. Emma looked at Tyler uncertainly. He nodded. She took the book carefully, like it might break. Thank you, she whispered. Victoria stayed crouched, her voice gentle but firm. Your dad is the bravest man I know. He said no to a lot of money because he loves you. He wanted to protect you. That's what real fathers do. Emma's lip trembled. But the kids at school said, the kids at school don't know what they're talking about. My mom was like your dad. She worked hard. People look down on her sometimes. But I was proud of her. You should be proud of your dad. He's a good man. Don't let anyone tell you different. Victoria stood and turned to Tyler. I'm handling the newspaper. They'll print a retraction. And I've already called Emma's school. If any child harasses her again, there will be consequences. She met his eyes. If you walk away, I respect that. But know this, you're not doing this for money. You're doing it so other families don't have to feel what you're feeling right now. Your daughter will be proud, not because you're rich, but because you help people. After Victoria left, Emma climbed into Tyler's lap, still holding the book. Daddy, is she nice? Tyler thought about it. Yeah, baby. I think she is. Then maybe you should help her, like you help people at the diner. Tyler held his daughter and thought about Margaret Sterling, who had worked herself to death so her daughter could have a chance. About the construction worker who had helped her when no one else would. About the weight of kindness passed from one stranger to another. That night, Tyler didn't sleep. At 5 in the morning, he gave up and made coffee. Emma wandered out of her room, pressing her face against his chest. "Daddy, can I ask you something?" "Always, baby. If you can help other kids like me, why don't you?" The question was simple. The answer wasn't. He thought about his fears, his pride, his worry that he wasn't good enough. But Emma was 7, and she already understood something he'd been too afraid to see. This wasn't about him. "You're right," he said quietly. "I should?" "Then do it." "Daddy." He called Victoria at 7. She answered on the first ring. "I'm in," Tyler said, "but I have conditions." "I'm listening." 6 months trial period. "I don't take the scholarship for Emma until I've proven I can do the job. I keep working 1 shift a week at the diner to remember where I came from. And every decision about the program goes through me. I'm not a figurehead. If I do this, I do it right." The first month was brutal. The Sterling Industries building felt like foreign territory. Other employees whispered when he walked by. The charity case Victoria felt sorry for. He heard it all. Tyler didn't defend himself. He just worked. Arrived early, stayed late, read every file on struggling families until his eyes burned. He learned the systems, made calls, built relationships with nonprofits and job placement agencies. The Rainbow Bridge initiative launched 6 weeks after Tyler started. He had shaped it into something real, not handouts, but genuine support, job training programs, partnerships with companies willing to hire people with gaps in their resumes, childcare assistance, educational grants that didn't make parents feel like beggars. The first family he helped was Rachel, a single mother working overnight stocking shelves, barely making rent. The program got her into medical billing certification, connected her with a hospital job, helped with childcare costs. Within 3 months, her income doubled. But then Victoria collapsed in her office. Exhaustion. The doctors said, 90-hour weeks running the company and overseeing multiple initiatives. The board held an emergency meeting Tyler wasn't invited to, but he heard about it from David, Victoria's assistant. They wanted to suspend Rainbow Bridge. Too expensive, too risky, unclear return on investment. Tyler walked into that boardroom uninvited. 12 board members in expensive suits looked up, startled. "Mr. Mitchell, this is a closed meeting," one said, silver-haired with a voice like ice. "I know. I'm here anyway." Tyler stayed standing. "You want to cut the program? I'm here to tell you why you shouldn't. We've reviewed the numbers. The numbers don't tell you everything." Tyler's voice was steady. He'd been terrified walking in, but standing before them, thinking about Rachel and Marcus and all the others, the fear evaporated. "I could show you spreadsheets and projected returns. I could talk about tax benefits and positive press, but that's not why this matters." He looked at each of them. Victoria's mother was a server, worked multiple jobs her whole life. When she got hurt, a construction worker who could barely afford breakfast organized a fundraiser to help her. That man didn't do it for tax benefits. He did it because he saw her, because dignity matters. The room was silent. You're not investing in a program. You're investing in dignity. And dignity pays back in ways money can't measure. It pays back in kids who grow up without shame, in parents who can look their children in the eye, in communities that remember kindness and pass it forward. Tyler put his hands on the table. Rachel already volunteers at the program, helping other mothers. Marcus is mentoring younger workers. That's not on any spreadsheet, but that's what lasts. He straightened. If you cut this program, you're not just cutting wows, you're cutting hope. And I won't be part of that. Either you keep it running or I walk. Your choice. He left before they could respond. 2 hours later, Victoria called from the hospital. The board voted to continue funding unanimously. What did you say to them? The truth. I heard you threatened to quit. I meant it. 6 months after he started, Tyler stood in his apartment looking at a letter from Emma's elite private school. Her scholarship had been approved, full tuition, guaranteed through graduation. He had earned it, proven himself. But when he told Emma, he made a different choice. We're going to stay at your current school. Sweetie, she looked confused. But why? Because I want you to stay with your friends, with kids like you, not in some fancy place where everyone's parents are rich. He crouched to her level. We're going to be okay now. We don't need the expensive school. We just need a good one, and you already have that. So we're rich now, Emma asked. Tyler smiled. No, baby. We're something better. We're enough, and we help other people be enough too. She threw her arms around his neck. I like that better anyway. That Friday night, Tyler worked his shift at Rosewood Diner. He'd kept his promise. 1 shift weekly. Victoria understood. Near closing time, a young man walked in, maybe 25, wearing paint-stained work clothes, exhaustion written in every line of his face. He studied the menu with careful attention of someone counting every dollar, ordered the cheapest coffee and nothing else. When the young man asked for his check, Tyler brought it over. The total was $250. The man pulled out his wallet, counted bills inside, 3 ones and some change. Tyler picked up the check. Someone paid it forward for you. Just remember to do the same someday. The man looked up, eyes suddenly wet. Seriously, seriously. Go home. Get some rest. After the man left, Tyler noticed Victoria sitting in the corner booth where this had all started. She finished her coffee, placed 2 $50 bills on the table, and left a folded note. Tyler picked it up. You're doing great. Keep going. V.S. He put the money in the team tip jar, but kept the note. Outside, the snow had stopped. Tyler locked up the diner and walked to his car. His phone buzzed. A text from Emma. Love you, Daddy. See you in the morning. Some tips weren't measured in dollars. Some tips changed lives, rippling outward in ways you could never predict. From Margaret Sterling to a construction worker. From that worker to Victoria. From Victoria to Tyler. From Tyler to Rachel and Marcus and dozens of others. The note in his pocket felt warm. Tyler got in his car and drove home, where his daughter was sleeping and tomorrow was waiting, where enough was finally enough, and kindness once received could be given again and again, forever forward. What's the most unexpected kindness someone has shown you? Share your story and subscribe to Heart Stories for more tales that prove love and compassion can transform any life, anywhere.